What's going on, guys? It's Greg here. Just going to do a quick tabletop review of the Smith & Wesson Model 500 Magnum 10.5-inch revolver from the Performance Center. So the revolver, when you buy it, it comes in this nice soft case. It's got a handle on it. It's made of a nice ballistic nylon type material. It's like a cordura. It's got this little loop here, so if you want to hang this from something like a hook or something like that. It's just got a standard zipper here. Whoops, opened it the wrong way. So, let's see, I'll show you. So basically here I got some speed loaders here. I'll put those aside for now. I'll show you those later. In my got some dry firing cases here, dry firing cartridges. So let's look at the revolver now. The revolver is stainless steel. It's made by the Performance Center. See, Performance Center. It's a really nice, high quality firearm. It's got the release here for the cylinder. It's 5 shots. It's a 5-shot cylinder. It's very beefy. It's very solid. The opening the cylinder, it's very smooth. Opening the cylinder it's a very smooth. The trigger release is very smooth. It doesn't take a lot of effort to release the cylinder. It's got nice knurling here on the hammer. It's got very nice trigger pull. I think the trigger pull on double action is about 12 pounds or so, or maybe 14 pounds. And when it's on single action, it's like a feather. So I would say probably like 2 pounds on single action. It's got the rear side has a white outline, and the front is a red ramp. The sight's pretty thick, so you're not going to really be able to use the iron sights for long ranges. Beyond 25 or 50 yards max. Even 50 yards, the front sight is kind of thick. It's probably about, I don't know, 1/4 inch thick, I would say, so it takes up a lot of the target. So really the iron sights is mostly useful for close range shooting or bear defense. It's got this nice, the extractor here. It's got the cylinder lock, or the trigger lock, the hammer lock here behind the cylinder release. Basically all you do is right here behind the cylinder release, there's a little nut there, and you take a key that they give you and you turn the key to the left, and there's this little thing here next to the hammer. It pops out and it blocks the hammer, so the hammer can't go back. It's a piece of metal. It has these nice Hogue over molded grips. It's a nice soft rubber, and it really absorbs the recoil. Let's see if you can get I can get the logo in here. Performance Center, Smith & Wesson Performance Center. And see here, you can see that little nut, and it says, when you see the little L there, that means if you turn it to the left, it's going to lock it. And you can see right here, there's a little piece of metal. It's kind of hard to see. Right here, right to the left of the trigger, of the hammer, I'm sorry. To the left of the hammer, you'll see like a little piece there. And when you turn it, when you take the key and you turn it, it comes up. And what it does is it blocks the hammer can't go down, so it's a safety mechanism. The rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. It's very easy. There's a screw on the top here, and you just, if you want to adjust it, if you want to move it down, you screw to the right, and it has clicks on it, and then you can adjust the windage as well. It's just the front sight is just the it's just a dovetail, and it comes with a built-in compensator. I can't remove it. It's built in. The compensator does a very nice job at absorbing recoil. So on the top of the revolver, you have a Weaver style rail that's milled into the top. See 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum there. See, it says made in the USA. Smith & Wesson, Springfield, Massachusetts. It's got a swivel stud on the bottom here, and then also Also here under the barrel here, so if you want to mount a sling, you can sling this. It's pretty long. It weighs about 5 pounds. It's nice. The cylinder's nice and beefy. It can handle heavy loads. It's just a really nice smooth operation. Trigger is very nice. I definitely recommend this weapon, primarily for hunting and bear defense. This has a lot of firepower. This is as powerful as a 12 gauge shotgun slug as far as muzzle energy goes, and it probably has more penetration than a shotgun slug, because of the bullets are narrower, so they're going to penetrate better than a slug. It weighs 5 pounds, so it's not light, but if you're strong, you can easily shoot it, one-handed if you wanted to. With the length of the barrel and the compensator, the recoil is really not that bad at all, even with full power loads. I shot full power loads. These are last time I went shooting with it, I was shooting the Hornady 500 grain soft points. These are 500 grains at, I think it's like 1500 feet per second. And the recoil was really not that bad. It was like, really not bad at all. Not like people say. This is just a speed loader made by 5-Star Firearms. I have 2 of them here. I keep these near my pistol, so if I need to do a quick reload, I got these A-Zoom dry fire practice dummy rounds. I definitely recommend dummy rounds for practicing, because they're cheap and they work on your technique, and you don't have to go to the range and spend money on ammo. And here's a target. This is a target from the last time I went. As you can see, it's pretty accurate. This one right here was at 25 yards. First shot of the day on a cold bore. That was 25 yards. It was basically exactly in the center bullseye. And this was the second shot, but I wasn't really focusing that much there. But it's very accurate. It shoots like a laser. It's not difficult to control. The recoil is not that bad. So don't let these videos scare you on YouTube. You have all these videos that people think it's gonna like hit you in the face or something. The recoil is really not that bad, because the pistol is heavy, so the weight of the pistol absorbs the recoil, and then plus you got the compensator in the front, so it's really not that bad. This weapon would primarily be used for defense against large predators like bears. You can use it for hunting. You can put a scope on the top here, a red dot if you wanted to. If you really wanted to go crazy, you could put a scope here or a red dot, and that would let you use this for longer distances, like out to 200 yards even. This could easily reach out to 200 yards with minimal drop. So definitely it's a very nice weapon, very nicely made. And I'm just going to do a quick comparison of the different size, how big the 500 is compared to a 44 Magnum and a 9mm, so stick with me. Alright guys, so I'm just going to do a quick comparison to show you the size of the cartridges. So here on the left, this is a Smith & Wesson 500. This is a 500 grain hard cast made by Grizzly Ammunition. It's a very good load for bear defense when you need a lot of penetration. Then here in the middle you got a this is a 240 grain 44 Magnum by Hornady, and then here you got a 9mm. What is that? 115 grain, just a standard 9mm. 115 grain range safe ammo. And so comparing the 9mm to the 500, it's really like it's like there's no comparison really. It looks like a 22, You can see the difference. It's not even, it's the cases. Just look at the case here. Look at the bottom. It's like, it looks like a 22. It's really funny. And even the 44, compared to the 500, it looks really small. See, it's much smaller. You know, even the case on the bottom, you know, because you got the 500 is half inch diameter bullet, you know, versus the 44. So, you know, it's a large round, but you know, if you're serious about hunting or, you know, for bear defense, it's a very multifunctional weapon. You know, you could load the rounds they have 500 special rounds. You can also get a snub nose version of the 500, which is much shorter barrel. You know, they have a 6.5-inch barrel. You know, they have I think the snub nose barrel is probably, I think it's like maybe 3 inches. Then they have like I think it's a 6.5-inch barrel. That would be somewhere in this range. And then the 10.5. I would say the best compromise would be a 6.5-inch barrel, but you know, it's a little hard to find a holster for this big revolver. There's only one company I know that makes a decent one, and that's A.E. Nelson. They make one for this. They make a few of them. But yeah, it's definitely a cool revolver. It's fun to shoot. You know, this is just one of those revolvers that you know, it's got some functionality. I mean, obviously, if I'm, you know, going to be hunting bears or large game, you know, this is grizzly ammo. This is the 500 grain hard cast ammo, 500 grain long flat nose gas check, 1550 feet per second, big bore ammo. It's a really good company. I like their stuff. They use high quality components. You know, if you're going to be hunting bears or, you know, protection from bears, then this is definitely what you want. You know, this will easily stop a bear with probably one shot. And you know, you got the revolver, so it's you know, it's quick follow-up shots. You don't have to pump anything. You don't have to cycle a bolt. You don't have to cycle a lever. You just pull the trigger, and you know, the next round is rotated into this chamber. So it's very quick follow-up shots. So if you're in a defensive situation against a large predator, you know, you're gonna have quick follow-up shots with this weapon here. You know, you're gonna have fast follow-up shots. Much faster than a bolt action, and like I said, this revolver has the power of a 12 gauge shotgun slug as far as muzzle energy goes. It may even have more muzzle energy than many shotgun slugs, and it's probably going to have much better, it does have much better penetration. I've actually shot this straight through a tree, you know, like an 8-inch diameter oak. It just went straight through. It's shotgun slugs. They're very thick, you know, they're probably about, you know, if you're looking at a 12 gauge slug, it's about 3/4 inch thick, so it's not going to penetrate well. This is going to have very good penetration because it's only a 1/2 inch diameter bullet, so it'll penetrate better. So, you know, it's definitely good for bear defense, large game hunting, and then like I said, you can get yourself the Smith & Wesson special ammo, or you can hand load. There's a lot of opportunities for hand loading with this. You know, you can buy so many different types of bullets out there. You know, hand loading is really the way to go for any kind of big bore, especially a 500. There's just a lot of versatility. You can make it, you know, very powerful or very mild. So that's basically it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.